Sean is just, he's phenomenal. He's just phenomenal. He has a handle on not only the people that live in his community and work in his community, but the crime. He knows the bad guys. If something happens in the community, some type of crime, he's going to, I'll bet you it's so-and-so. And he will track them down, and 90% of the time, he's just locked in on it. And he's had some real challenges over there, too, off of Ventura Boulevard. He's got the Avalon and the Mets and big, large complexes. And they're very difficult to police. And he is all over it. I mean, just an absolute asset to Topanga. I mean, I can't say enough about Sean. Thank you. So thank you to all. Let's give them all another round. Somewhere along the line, you have leadership, and that's Tom Mason. And is Rachel here? And Rachel is Rachel.
Back here, sir.
Okay, right in the back, Rachel. Tom Mason, Rachel Ragosa. Tommy, as you know, is in charge of the entire SLOs and the CROW, our community relations. Rachel's in charge of the SLOs that we just introduced. Rachel is very unassuming. She's just your typical blue-collar worker. She's going to show up, she's going to do her job, and she's going to do it the right way, she's going to get it done, and there aren't going to be any complaints about it, no fanfare. Look at me. She does things that I don't even aware of. And sometimes people will walk into me and say, "I know that Rachel did this or did that." I mean, it's an absolute blessing to have somebody like Rachel in our office. And I tell her all the time I love her, and I do. She's just awesome, just absolutely awesome. Rachel. Who runs that whole show over there, he's the one that hears my wrath, right? Hey, Tommy, what about this? Tommy, what about that? Hey, Tommy, did you think of this? Or Tommy, how about that? And I know I drive him nuts, but he just keeps quiet about it. He goes about his business and usually does whatever he wants to do. And I'm good with that because he's good at it. He's really good at it. And he runs a tight ship over there and is doing some amazing things and things that we don't usually ask our people to do. And for example, I think he's going to talk later about our True project, which I'm really excited about. It has nothing to do with police work. Just this phenomenal work. So, who am I forgetting? Who am I forgetting? I got to tell you, and I know I took a little bit of time doing those introductions, but they deserve it. You are lucky to have these people in Topanga, really lucky, and I know it. I've been around long enough to know the difference. And some phenomenal people there doing some great work. And I talked a little bit about you before you came in, but since the councilman is here again, I do want to thank you for everything that you do for us at Topanga Police Station and what you do for the community. We talked a little bit about the cameras. That you were able to get some money in to help us out with that, and the equipment that you bought us that we wouldn't get any other way. And not only that, he supports us at our functions. I mean, you know, anybody knows Dennis, he's everywhere. And I don't know how he does it. Thank you. All right, where are we at, Brent?
Right where you're supposed to be.
Councilman Design.
The reason I was delayed is a business that I now have in my district, which I didn't have before because the district boundaries changed July 1st, and all of West Hills. How many live in West Hills? Yeah, I live in West Hills, and my councilman is now Mitch Englander because West Hills has been taken away from me with redistricting. Every 10 years they go through redistricting. So all of West Hills is now in CD 12, including my residence. So I'm living in another councilman's district, and I call him and complain, and he says, "Take care of it yourself." So I thank you very much. Right, Jimmy? Okay. Jim Dillinger, who works for Councilman Englander, he and I are classmates. We joined the police department back August 11, 1968. We were classmates. So we talk about how the years have gone by, and both of our sons are on the police department now, so let's have that tradition. But anyway, so West Hills is all part of CD 12 now. If you lived in that district, or you live in that district, West Hills is entirely removed from CD3, and people call up and say, we have issues, it's all CD12, so if you've got a problem or an issue or concern. Anyway, there's a business that's now in my district on Winnetka, which wasn't there before, which in the transition, they want to change their modification, so I was there earlier, and that's why I was late, to see exactly, and I like to do these unannounced visits, to see exactly what's going on. Well, what I saw going on is gambling, what I saw going on is illegal activity, and this business wants to change. And I'm saying, wait a second, you're doing something illegal. They didn't expect me, obviously, and if they had expected me, they probably would be complying with the law. So unannounced visits, I think, are great, which is what the police department's wonderful at doing. That's not marijuana up there, is it? Just for medical purposes. Okay, well, I want to thank you. And you've got some great leaders here, and we work very, very close with Topanga, with West Valley in my council district. And the council district now has all of Tarzan, all of Woodland Hills, Canoga Park, Reseda, Winnetka. So if you live in those districts, you're in CD3. But some of the things that the captain touched on, I took $200,000. Someone criticized me recently for hoarding money. I don't hoard money. What I am is frugal with saving money. I took a 10% pay cut. My staff, many of them are on furloughs, which means that we have money that's placed in our budget that we can use for other activities. So I took $200,000 discretionary funds to support Topanga, West Valley, and Valley Traffic Division. So when you go to Topanga and you see equipment that they have they wouldn't have gotten through the city resources or West Valley or Valley Traffic, it's because I took $200,000 of savings that we had and applied it to the police, West Valley, Topanga, and Valley Traffic. So that's money, to my estimate, is money that they needed to get equipment that the city doesn't provide for them. We just donated $10,000. You've got a couple of your officers here in Topanga that are members of the underwater dive team. The underwater dive team, you say, well, we really need an underwater dive team. Well, there's things that happen, and they have to go underwater to check. So it's not only in San Pedro, but other waterways that we have. So I gave $10,000 of discretionary funds to the underwater dive team, and what they do is a very vital purpose when we need them to swing into action. Medical marijuana, which is a big issue, medical marijuana. There was a group of people that put together, and I've been working on this for 5 years, trying to bring in a sense of reasonableness and a sensibility. What we do is we come up with an ordinance, and the marijuana advocates come up with something, and then they file action, they go to court, there's litigation that's taking place. Meanwhile, the litigation continues. They then did a referendum, which means they were going to put it on the ballot, and what it would say is, we're going to legalize marijuana in the city of Los Angeles, which we're not in support of. So what's happening right now is the police department, the Drug Enforcement Administration are still doing enforcement. The message is, we're still working to try and come up with something reasonable while the courts drag their feet on this matter. If you have a problem in your community where medical marijuana, whether it's medical marijuana or marijuana to get high, it's the same product. If that's taking place in your community, notify your police department, notify your senior lead officer. They will do an investigation, they will take enforcement action. We are not permitting it to take place outside of the confines of the law. 1996, the voters approved medical marijuana, compassionate use act, very restrictive, but we find there's a lot of places get involved in activities which are somewhat illegal. So if you have that taking place, they're still doing enforcement while we continue to battle with the courts. The DWP, I voted against this, my colleague Mitch Englander voted against it also, but the Department of Water rates are going up. They're going up 6.1% and 5%. November, 5%, 6.1%, July of 2013. My concern on this is the Department of Water Power doesn't need to increase our rates anymore. This is just the side of the power. The water's been pushed off for 2 years. So whatever you're using in electricity, keep in mind that is moving up, and our no votes were the minority, so we lost on that one along with the ratepayers. The council moves forward in pension reform. Pension reform, you hear a lot about pension. July 1st, anyone who joins the city force, other than police and fire, which have already changed their pension plan, the new pension plan for civilians that come in to work for the city of Los Angeles, it's going from 55 to retire to 65. 65 will be the retirement age from 55. 2.16% credit they get every year. So every year of service, you get 2.16%. That's being dropped to 2%. So for every year of service, you get 2%, and you get a maximum 75% versus 100%. We are moving forward, and that will take effect in July 1st. Anyone who joins the city forces in any capacity other than police and fire, again, we've already changed police and fire pension. That is what we approved, and that's what's going into effect. The captain mentioned the video surveillance. Again, additional funds that we saved, and I'll tell you how we save funds. Each county